It's been a day, stressing out like crazy. Just wanna be lazy with my girls.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for tuning in. Today, we're gonna test out a new foundation. I just got this in the mail yesterday, and this is from, I purchased it myself. I'm a little baby, I don't receive PR, but this is the new It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better Foundation and skincare. I bought this foundation because I love the It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC cream with the sunscreen. This one does not have sunscreen, so this is more of it's like a skincare foundation. This one really focuses on the skincare part, and it says that it improves your bare skin within 2 weeks. I don't know about this, I don't know. But it also says it's water light, medium coverage, and a natural radiant finish, which is my whole cup of tea. Is a natural radiant finish. Like anything fresh, anything glowy, sign me up. It says it's non-comedogenic. I don't know if I said that right, but I do know that means it doesn't clog the pores, and it's suitable for sensitive skin. It has a natural, no makeup effect, coverage that minimizes pores and imperfections, all day hydration and wear. And for the skincare part, it says that it improves bare skin in 2 weeks. It evens the appearance of skin tone, visibly refines skin texture, and it softens the skin. It also claims to be buildable, and that's basically everything that it says on the box. This is a glass bottle, and it's $39.50. It comes in 40 different shades, which I feel like is pretty good, considering that It Cosmetics in the past, I feel like hasn't done the best with their shade ranges. And that is one reason why I decided to pick this up, is because I was like, okay, the shade range actually looks pretty decent. So let me go ahead and try this out. The CC cream that comes in the tube that I was talking about, that one only comes in 12 shades, and it's really bad, especially for the deeper side of complexion. So I'm really happy that they have 40 shades of this. It does have a pump, which is nice, and I got the shade Light Cool 20. I think I wanted the neutral one, but this one looked like it was gonna do good too. The neutral one was out of stock, but I think this one is gonna do fine as well. My skin tone is pretty neutral, so a lot of times if it's a little bit warmer, if it's a little bit more yellow or a little bit more pink, I can still kind of pull it off. But we'll see once we actually get it on the skin. I thought this was such a great promotion. It also came with a free brush, like a nice brush, skin smoothing complexion brush. So I was really excited to get a brush. I can't believe they were giving away a free brush. It doesn't feel quite as great as the ones in the store, obviously, because it's free, so I can't really complain, but it does feel decent. So I do want to use this to put the foundation on. That is such a great deal to like have a promotion where you get a free foundation brush with your foundation. Yes. I ordered from the It Cosmetics online on their actual website, so I got a few little free samples as well. Okay, let's go ahead and start applying the face. I have nothing on my face except for my eyeshadow and my eyebrows, and some sparkly glitters that fell down from my eyeshadow. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime my face. I'm going to use, if there's anything left in here, my Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. I like this primer. It just works great to moisturize my face. I have very dry skin, especially in my T-zone. My nose is my problem area, and I don't really struggle with much acne, but I do have freckles, so it allows me to see the amount of coverage, which this one comes to be like a medium buildable coverage, so we'll see if it's buildable at all. I'm also gonna add a little bit of the e.l.f. Putty Primer, basically my T-zone area. Like I said, this is my trouble area, and I do feel like this helps. I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but I am gonna be doing a wear test for you guys, so I will show you guys updates as well as an end of the night. I'll try to do about 10 hours. It's 2:43 p.m. right now, just being honest, so I'll round it up to 3 because, I still have to apply the foundation, so we'll say the start time is about 3 p.m. I tend to stay up very late at night, so I'm still gonna be able to get a good wear time on it even though it's later in the day. I'm a night owl, what can I say? Okay, so one side we'll do a sponge, and one side we'll use the brush. This is a sponge from Shop Miss A. It's so amazing. It's only like $155. Please stop buying beauty blenders. You do not need to spend your money on that. Unless you got money to blow, hey, you do you. Okay, let's go ahead and use the brush first. I'm just gonna apply some here. Oh, okay, so that was about a half a pump. I should probably so that was about 3 total pumps, I would say, with this already on my face. It definitely is very thin. Very, very, very thin. And let's try this brush out. The brush is really soft. It's not scratchy at all whatsoever. Like, it's synthetic bristles, which I actually totally prefer. I like synthetic bristles. I feel like it applies foundation perfectly. Okay, that blended out really fast, I feel like. This brush is nice for around the eyebrows, because it's got like that edge on there. Ooh, that was really fast. Like really fast, guys. Like that was less than like 30 seconds. Right now, I definitely feel like it's like light to medium coverage. Obviously, we're going to try and build it up, but here's what it's looking like right now. Definitely like evened out my complexion, kind of. It doesn't feel like I have anything on my face, I will say that. It feels like really nice and light. Let me add some more. I want to see if this is indeed buildable. I'm adding the fourth pump. It's very thin. Okay, definitely buildable. I feel like I wouldn't say you could get full coverage, like definitely not. And they don't claim for it to be full coverage. It's a very solid medium coverage. Okay, so that was 3.5 pumps. I still have a little bit left on my face, but let me show you guys before I use the sponge each side of my face here. So here's the foundation. It looks great. It looks very nice. It's very even. Everything blended out nicely. It's very light. It does have a little bit of that radiance in it, if you guys can see that. It does feel like it's gonna dry down. Like, I don't feel like you have to powder this. Let's go ahead and do the other side with a sponge. This blends out very quickly, which is really nice. It's so fast. That's not too bad, really. Like, I actually really like the way that that looks. Like, it's a light coverage right now. Well, like I said, it's like between a light and a medium. I think it's closer to a light coverage. I mean, you can still see like all my freckles and everything through. Add some more here. I do feel like I've had to use a lot though, because it's so thin. You kind of have to use a little bit extra here. Okay, I just took a really good look at my skin, and as this side is drying down, I do feel like there is some radiance, but it's not that radiant. It's not that glowy. It's only a little bit, really, which some people might really like, just like the tiniest bit of radiance. But I will say, when I look really close to my face, this is something probably other people wouldn't notice, but it is starting to look a tiny little tad bit dry. Just in certain areas, like down here on me and like up here around my forehead area. But it is very minimal. It's not a lot, but I do notice it does look the tiniest bit dry. And now that I've applied it with a sponge on this side, I actually like the way that it looks with the sponge more. It's really so minimal. Like, it's such a minimal difference that a lot of people probably wouldn't even notice the different tool application, but for me, I think it does look a little bit better on this side. I'm gonna try my best to show you guys the dry that I'm talking about. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but in this area here, up here, it's just the tiniest bit dry. If you don't already have dry skin, this is probably a non-issue for you, but for me, I do have very dry skin, and this foundation claims for an all-day hydration. I'm a little skeptical, but we will have to see how it wears throughout the day. I really like the way that it looks, though, if I'm not like analyzing it super close up. I can definitely get away with this color, but I would definitely prefer the neutral one. I think when I get closer to my neck, I can see some of the pinkness, which honestly is good. That means that they're getting the color right as far as the cool tone goes, because it's definitely a little bit pink. Of course, I can only speak for one shade because I only bought one. I'm gonna go ahead and apply my concealer. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer in Fair Beige. And I'm just gonna blend this out underneath my eyes here, a little bit on my chin. I think that's all I'm gonna do today. It doesn't look like anything moved. Concealer went down on top of it perfectly fine. I'm gonna use a little bit of the Fenty powder, mainly just like under my eyes. I might lightly dust the rest of my face, just a tiny bit, because it's very hot, and I am going to be wearing this obviously all day long, and I'm gonna be going out to dinner later. Oh, that's the other thing I forgot to mention to you guys, is that, you know, I'm gonna powder it around my face, around my mouth, I mean, because I'm going to be going out to dinner later, which means I'm going to have to wear a mask. So it's gonna be interesting to see the final check-in and show you guys how much stay power it has, and if it, you know, gets taken off by the fabric, which most foundations do. I don't expect this foundation to do any miracles, because we all know these masks are not our friends when it comes to wearing makeup, but it's got to be done. So we'll see what it looks like at the end of the day. If you're not gonna be wearing this for a long wear, I don't think you need to powder it at all. It felt like it was drying down nicely. So this is not really a necessary step unless you want, in my opinion, unless you want your foundation to last a little bit longer. I think powdering does help. I'm gonna go ahead and add blush, bronzer, touch up my eyebrows, finish my eyes, you know, do the rest of my makeup. Come back, tell you if anything went wrong, and then I'll show you guys a look, the final, what it looks like before I head out into my day. Okay, you guys, I'm finally finished with all my makeup and I did my hair and everything. Oh my god. That took me so long, like an hour. It is now 3:54 p.m. Like I said, I'm gonna be up really late tonight. That's just how I roll. So I will let you guys know how everything's looking throughout the day. Everything that else that I put on my face went on really good. No problems, no issues at all. So let me do a final zoom in. I am sweating so much right now. It is so hot in here with the lights on and I don't have the AC on or anything. So I'm gonna go because I'm literally sweating and my makeup is gonna melt off. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. It's about 7:05, you guys. So I'm just gonna do a quick check-in here. Everything's looking, actually, I feel like better than when I first put it on as far as like the dryness goes. Remember I was saying that some of it looked kind of dry, probably just because some of my natural oils and such, you know, helped with it. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe there's some kind of technology in there that makes it not so dry after a little bit of time. My smile lines are starting to pop just a teeny itty bitty bit, but nothing major at all whatsoever. And my forehead lines as kind of the same thing. It's not anything major, but they're starting to kind of come through a little bit. It's faded on my nose, but that's probably just because I was touching my nose. I am definitely a face toucher kind of person, so I'm kind of surprised more isn't off, like especially on my chin and stuff. Just a little bit of fading. Again, nothing major. Everything is looking pretty good. 4 hours in, right? Yeah, 3 to 7, yeah, 4 hours in. So I'm gonna go out to dinner now, and this is, well, I'm in a little bit, like 20 minutes, and we're gonna see what it looks like after wearing a mask, because it's I don't know, we're just gonna see what the mask does to it. Okay, let's do this final check-in. It is almost 2 a.m, almost 5 till, and the foundation is looking pretty decent. It's looking alright. I will say that anywhere that it's faded on my face, it faded pretty nicely. Like, it doesn't look super splotchy and it hasn't really broken up too much. Of course, like I said, I have dry skin. I definitely have some oils starting to peek through in some spots, which right here is pretty typical for me to get oil, and on my chin sometimes, and I guess like sometimes up here, but most of the time I'm pretty dry. It's really not even that oily for me. This more just looks like it's just kind of glowy. One thing that I don't really agree with this foundation is the hydrating part. I don't feel like this is a hydrating super radiant foundation. I mean, it has a little bit, it's definitely not matte. It is more of a natural finish, but it definitely isn't super hydrating. It's not like super extremely noticeable, but I do see, again, like I was saying when I first put it on, my forehead around here and areas on here. Oh my god, I think I had chocolate on my mouth. Where it looks a little bit drier than I like it, but it's not anything so extreme where it's gonna make me not want to wear this foundation again. Overall, I like the foundation a lot, actually. I think it looks really good for it being 11 hours, and I don't really feel like it faded much from when I had a mask on, except for on my nose maybe. It was already starting to come off my nose because, like I said, I think I mentioned that I'm a face toucher. Like, I like to touch my face a lot, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was me, like, touching my nose, or it could have been the mask. But the mask itself didn't really, like, you don't see anywhere where I had a mask on. Granted, I didn't have it on for that long. Like, it was just enough to be able to walk in the restaurant, sit down, walk out of the restaurant, stand outside with my friends for a little, a little chit chat, maybe like 15 minutes. It's not like I had it on for a long time, but it definitely, I don't feel like it looks like, you can tell I had one on. Now, because this is like a skincare kind of foundation, it says that it's going to improve your bare skin in 2 weeks. I can't really say whether or not that will happen because this is just the first time that I'm trying it out. So it seems like this is the kind of foundation that they want you to wear frequently, like a daily kind of foundation to help improve your skin, supposedly. And I do think this would be a really good option for a daily use foundation. It lasts really well in areas on your face that foundation typically fades. It fades really nicely. I don't know if fade's the right word, but it just doesn't look like super blotchy in an area where maybe I touch my face or something. Obviously, like I said, I wouldn't purchase this just for like the hydrating radiance part of it, but I do think it would be a really nice everyday foundation. It's medium coverage. It's very lightweight. Like, I honestly don't feel like I have foundation on my face, and I felt like that the entire day. It's a very comfortable feeling foundation. It's not super wet like some dewy ones are. It's not super drying. It's somewhere in the middle. I mean, I have very dry skin, so I'm gonna have places on my skin that might still look a little bit dry. But if you have pretty normal skin, I think you're gonna have a pretty normal reaction to this. I also feel like if you have oily skin, this would probably work for you as well, as long as you powder it down and maybe touch it up, like powder it throughout the day as well. But I think this is actually a really good foundation for most people. I mean, it ticks a lot of boxes for me. I actually really like this foundation a lot. It just depends on what you're looking for in a foundation. That's all I have to say about it, you guys. Don't rely on just my opinion for whether or not you want to purchase this. I always like to recommend, like, definitely check out other reviews as well and see if anyone else had different reactions, because we all have different skin, so that's going to help you be able to make the best decision on whether or not you want to purchase this foundation. But I do really like it, and I'm definitely going to continue to use it. I hope you guys found this helpful if you're looking into maybe purchasing this foundation, or maybe found it entertaining if you just like to put something on in the background. I feel you. I do it too. Thank you guys so much for watching. I would really appreciate if you considered subscribing to my channel if you're not already. I put out videos every week, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!
We touch the sky, bad bitches till we die. We so fly.